guys, welcome back to our channel. We are doing a TNS related Q&A for you guys.
You loved our quizzes so much. Oh my gosh, we couldn't believe how many views we got on that one. So we're super excited to film another TNS one.
So before we get into the video, make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications because we post videos every Friday as well as bonus videos. So
let's get right into the nitty gritty.
First question is actually from our cousin Stella. Hey Stella, what was it like to meet the cast for the first time? Why don't you go because you met them first?
Yeah, well, the first rehearsal I ever had was with Miles for my duo, and I was flipping out. I was like, okay, he's like the best dancer on the show and I have to do a duo with him. But then when I met him, he was like the nicest person ever, and Amy Wright, who's the choreographer, she is so loving and just like such an extrovert, so she really just welcomed us all in. And it was just such a great experience. Everyone was super accepting and like really guided us through the whole process because we'd never really done anything like it.
And because it came halfway through season 6, they had already started filming, but it kind of just felt like a family and I could just kind of sneak right in there and everyone was super nice. So yeah. Do you still talk to the cast?
All the time.
All the time. What was the best thing about filming TNS? I would say the friends I got out of it. And it literally felt like my mom says this all the time. It was like summer camp for us because we got to do what we loved. We got to meet super cool people. And we got to spend the whole summer in Toronto, which was just so fun.
Yeah, and it allowed us to grow up fast and like experience things we probably would never get to experience as like I was 15 and 16 and you were 17?
Yeah.
So like just the experiences we got from it at such a young age was just awesome.
How much do you relate to your characters? So, fun fact, just before we jump in, they actually kind of base our characters off us, but just like amp up their characteristics.
Except for Briar's.
Yeah,
like,
Briar's not mean at all. Like she doesn't have a mean bone. She's very
like not competitive, but she like knows what she wants and like she's so driven. So like I would take that from her character, but she's probably, and also like Emily, she's not mean at all.
Yeah, no. But like for instance, our fights we have on the show, like we're sisters, we do fight, but it was just like amped up.
It,
So yeah, I'm gonna kind of mush these two questions together. If you could say anything to your character, what it would be, and what can you take away from your character?
What, if you would say something to your character?
Yeah. Or if you could, and what would you take away from your character?
I would tell my character to chill out. Be completely honest. Like keep your like spirit, just like chill out just a little bit, like make more time for friends. And what I would take away from my character, like what, like she would almost give advice to me, or like
I think it's more like if there's something you could change about your character, like take away from it. If you could change one thing, if you would,
I feel like I would want Jackie to have more friends, like be willing to like make friends and not put dance always first. But if I could like have a lesson from her, I would say, I don't know.
Okay, I'll go. I would tell my character to not be so sad all the time and go for what you want because Davis never went for what she wanted, really. What I would take away from my character is Davis was so friendly and always making friends, and when she walked in a room, she would always make friends. And I necessarily don't do that all the time. I'm a little shyer.
More shy.
I
feel like I'm a pretty competitive person, but like Jackie is that, so I don't know. I think I would just take her fire away, like take that and like apply it to my life, is just to always have that fire.
Okay. This is like just a small one. How many hours of filming would you do on a day?
Probably like anywhere from like 4 to like 13.
13. Yeah. I actually
depended on the scenes.
Regionals one day I went what's called triple overtime. I think I did, and it was like 16 hours.
Yeah.
It was a crazy day. What character other than your own do you most relate to?
Like who we're most like?
Yeah, or you feel like you relate to that character. I would say, okay, this might sound bad. I would say Summer, because Summer is a little ditzy a bit. I'm pretty ditzy. Or Finn. Finn's pretty ditzy.
Finn's pretty, yeah.
Like, I have my blonde moments, even though, like, clearly you can tell I'm not real blonde, but...
Definitely. I feel like I relate to, like, Piper sometimes. I don't know. I feel like she's, like, super hardworking and, like, she couldn't get her aerial for the longest time. And, like, when I can't get a trick, I get so frustrated and, like... Yeah. I kind of have the same, like, emotions she does when something goes wrong or overthinks everything, which is what I do.
What was it like filming the food fight episode?
Oh, food fight was awesome. The funny thing about that is, like, we only had one take with the cake. So we had, like, about 2 takes without the cake, just throwing, like, pretzels and chips, which wasn't the best. It kind of hurt. But then once the cake came, we had like one take to do it, and so like we just went all out. We're like, hey, this is all or nothing. So it was
the only thing I remember from the food fight, because I wasn't there, you guys had Coke too in the cups, and the Coke made the floor so sticky for the rest of filming.
But also was the icing too.
The icing, yeah.
So it just made it so bad.
It was so bad to dance on. What was it like being on a tour bus and living in a tour bus?
Guys, I miss sleeping in a tour bus. The sleep, like, it would just, like, rock you to bed. Like a little baby.
And we had blackout curtains, so, like, when you went to bed, it was, like, pitch black. So
you just got the best sleep of your life.
The best. And, like, it was pretty spacious and comfy for a tour bus.
Yeah. We had all the snacks on it.
Yeah. How long did each episode take to film?
It's like 1.5 days per episode, I think.
Yeah, I think we filmed 4 episodes in 6 days.
Yeah.
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 Did you get to choreograph some of your solos? I didn't have a solo.
I've actually never had a solo.
I did solo.
Well, I did like this little, it was just supposed to be Miles doing the solo, and then they're like, oh, can you just like improv a bit before he comes in the studio? And I was like, okay. So that's about it.
I think, well, I had one like improv, or people didn't know it was improv. It was a solo competition against Piper.
Yeah.
But that was all improv. Most of the solos are usually improv, so like we just make it up on the spot. Mm-hmm. Or I think they choreograph it with Amy, who's our choreographer. So it's like kind of, yeah. What was your favorite dance/scene?
Honestly, the ropes, like getting a dance on the ropes was like so cool and something so different. Like I would never have that in our competition, so it was just fun to explore that.
Actually, one of my favorite scenes was a deleted scene. It was our kind of fight at regionals.
Oh yeah.
We had a big fight at regionals that like we got to like, we pretty much were screaming almost a little bit, but it got deleted. Favorite thing about filming regionals?
I think just getting to dance like so much.
Yeah, and having a live audience. Yeah, that was so cool. It was a different, like we didn't film it in the same place we filmed the next step, like we went
it's like
somewhere.
off location.
So that was cool. An unknown fact about TNS.
I don't know if this is like an unknown fact. It's more just like a filming fact, but like a lot of people are confused like how you can't see certain cameras. And what we do actually is like we have all 3 cameras up front. So there's 2 on the side, and then there's one on like a track, and it goes kind of does the panning. So we do the whole dance to the front, and then they go to the back, and the mirrors actually move so that they can move them so that they don't see the cameras.
Yeah, so they're like slanted. So like we can actually look at ourselves in the mirrors, because sometimes you're standing in front of the mirror, but it's not even like you can't see yourself in the mirror because it's slanted. It's
so
kind of
they
weird.
Move it, and then they go to the back and film it. So we'll do it like 2 or 3 times to the front, and then we still face the front, but the cameras move, and we do it 2 or 3 times in the back. And it's cool because we have those revolving mirrors so they can't see the camera people. Yeah, that's a good fun fact. Favorite memory from filming or on set, or actually one of my favorite memories was for Isaiah's birthday. We all went to Wonderland. Oh yeah, that was so fun. And then there was like this whole like dance circle at like Dance Dance Revolution station type thing, so we just like started performing like randomly. It was super fun. I would say that was a really fun memory. What was the hardest thing about filming with each other? I don't even think it was that hard. I think it was more the fact that most of our scenes we weren't happy with each other. Yeah, so that was like weird because like I felt like I was always mad at her. Yeah, even if, that was weird. Especially if I wasn't mad at her but had to get mad at her, then it just like feels weird because then we have to go home together and just is like, you're like, I just fought you. Just awkward. I saw this question somewhere, I can't find it right now, but it was asking about if regionals is like a real competition. Oh, it's actually not a real competition. Yeah. What happens is we get people from different studios to like, which was another question, is like, are the other troops part of TNS, or are they real dance troops? So Acro Nation was actually, they danced together, but it was just a different name and stuff, and they choreographed their own dances and all that. But same with Encore too. Yes, they just slotted me and Lily in. But with regionals, they kind of get studios, I think, to apply and like submit dances, and then we kind of pick and choose what we want for the competition. But it's not an actual real competition. It's not like Dance Moms where they go to a real competition, they just film it there. It's like TNS makes up regionals. Yeah. And then this is another fun fact. Because there's a live audience and we don't want to spoil like what happens in episodes, when they say the winner for regionals or the round or whatever, they say it for each team.
and you film each team winning regionals, we know who wins regionals,
but
the audience doesn't. And so when you guys like watch it on TV for the first time, that's like when you actually find out who won regionals.
So that's another fun fact,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff. And the reason also we don't go to real competition is because we need to get those camera angles. We have this thing called the Steadicam, which is he actually travels with us on stage. And so if we ever to do that in competition, they would be like, no, you can't have that.
You can't do that.
So, yeah.
Okay, it was more so like, how was the audition process? How did you find out about getting your role?
Yeah, since we're from Vancouver, we both did a self-tape, which means like we kind of just filmed ourselves, like talking like who we are, what we like to do. We filmed a little
bit
dance thing, and then from there I had a Skype call, and from there I then flew out, auditioned, and then basically found out 2 weeks later and moved out there. You actually went to more auditions than I did, I think.
So we both auditioned for season 4 and season 5. She got picked for season 5. So then I auditioned for season 6, did the whole self-tape thing. Then I flew out there to the callbacks. I got to skip the dance callbacks because, I mean, she was already on the show. They already knew how I danced and stuff like that. So then I went straight to the acting callbacks. And that was, I think, 2 or 3 days of callbacks. And then I came home and I waited 6 weeks. I had actually booked, this is kind of weird. I kind of knew I was already going to get on the show because they were wanting a sister storyline.
They actually weren't though. They wanted a
sister brother, right?
They wanted me to have a brother, and I was like, guys, like I literally have a built-in sister.
Yeah,
you can, like,
that's what happened. But
so
then there's
like she heard that like I think you'll be casted. So then she's like, okay, should I book a flight out? Because like it gets expensive. So
and they were like, yes, you should. We're just waiting for approval because like it's not like you just like get approved to go on the next step. Like there's so many more steps, so many more people. So many more people involved than just the next step people. And so I had booked a flight with Dylan because she found out she was coming back, and then I had to cancel that flight the night before because I still hadn't heard if it was a for sure thing. Waited 2 more weeks, so I actually waited like 6 weeks total. Found out I was coming.
I called her in rehearsal. Like I was in rehearsal when I called Berkeley that she got approved. So it was kind of we both had very different processes, and that's how it is like in the acting world. Is like you could get booked off a self-tape, you could have to go to 8 auditions. Like it's you never know. So crazy. It's a crazy industry we live in. Yeah, but we love it.
We love it.
I don't even know what that was.
It's like weird British. You had a weird British accent too, and all the comments on the last video were like,
were they?
Yeah, your accent sucks. Sorry
guys, I'm really the accent is not it.
No.
I got the Canadian accent down though.
Nice one.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was super fun to film actually. I love to reminisce about our TNS days.
Yeah. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, guys, we're old now. But yeah, so we have our daily vlog. Is it out?
It will be out.
It'll be out.
Yeah.
So go check that one out. We have a fun day.
It's this day, but
it's
just
this
more.
Day. Oh my gosh, it's so confusing with the tenses. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Like, subscribe, all that
notifications,
nonsense.
and we'll see you guys in the next video.